There we go. Sorry, guys. Back again. Anyway, opening a couple things from Stampin' Up! That'll come out Tuesday in the new catalog, which I have the new catalog. I cannot show you the inside of the catalog because Zim's the rules. I can show you on Tuesday. I can show you the outside of it, though. It's at the bottom of the box, of course. So that is the new May catalog, and they are doing May through August. So we're doing 3 catalogs a year instead of all oopsie flippy. No flippy. Instead of doing 1 big one and 2 small ones. So it's going to be 3, what I'd say, mid-sized catalogs. Anyway, there's that. There will be online exclusives and catalog stuff coming out on Tuesday. So I also printed out the May 2026 sketch for Call Me Crafty Al's sheetload. I might play with that with some of our new stuff, but let's look at the new stuff first. First is a paper pad that I love. I'm going to zoom just a hair. Lord have mercy. There we go. So forgive my protracted absence. I have been dealing with lots of family deaths in the family, lost our dog Chopper, etc. So we've been having a go, but I'm keeping going. So I've also been doing some sewing, which is not something I can easily, I guess I would have to figure out a way to tape where I'm sewing. But this pad of paper is called Scenic Coast. And it's yummy. And I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of a sheen on it. Like they've already put, there we go. If we were to put sparkles or, oh my gosh, Wink of Stella or something. So they've already beat us to it, which is nice. And, oh, that's not the back of that one. That's the back of the next one. So this is the second. I like that it's got purples and stuff in it. And I have some really cool solid, silhouette type stamps we can use. And I've been pricing stuff for a flea market, so I'm covered in ink. In this case, not fun ink, just pen ink. Here's the next one, and that's some more purples. It doesn't have much of a feeling. It's a little shiny where it's like a little slick where it's shiny. But even the backs are delicious. So I'm going to have to make myself use the crap out of this paper because this is the kind of paper that I hoard and never use because I'm like, it's so pretty and I don't want to cut it up. But I guess I could make some 5x7 cards or 4x6 cards and use lots of it. And I still have that embossing folder that does the boat and stuff from last year. And this is, I love the colors. A lot of times sunsets, when you get papers that are sunsets, I wouldn't say boring. There's nothing boring about any sunset, but they're all the same colors. This has got purples and this is also, if you aren't a paper purchaser, and you do some art stuff, it's good ideas for your art. More of the blues and purples. Honestly, I like the paper enough for the backs, even without so the nice thing is if I cut it for, 4x6 cards, I can use the backs, the scraps, if the parts aren't, because sometimes, when you cut off something like this, it leaves a weird spot. But I also have somewhere I have a card idea. It's not my personal idea, but one that I've copied down that is, you use all of this, and it's a card that folds, and when it folds out, you use the whole scene. So again, that is Scenic Coast. and that is available on Tuesday. And I'm going to try to show you the not kit stuff, sweet stuff, because there was a full suite that I have. And hi, everybody who snuck in. This I got just for the moth. And so if moths aren't your thing, I apologize, but it's a beautiful Luna moth. Okay, gonna have to zoom back out again. I feel like I'm brand new because I'm so out of practice, and I have missed chatting with everyone. I have been attempting to stay sane with the chaos, and that's why I've been sewing, and a lot of hand sewing stuff where I'm sitting kind of quietly and, trying to, I don't know that introspective is the word, but, do my thing. So that's lovely. I love the dark colors. I think when we add that to some, like cardstock, and this has these have these little stark white moths. And I think, so if you could put that on any color of background, I'll tell you in a second what the colors in the paper are. And then this is just, both sides of this I would use as background paper, but it is lovely, and it is good solid frames, and in that creepy only paper crafters get it kind of way. It smells really nice. Hi, Coloring View. How are you? I cannot remember your first name. I'm a horrible person. Hi, Zippy. Thank you, Zippy. It's been chaos. We've had, let's see, my grandma, my sister's boyfriend of 18 years, my neighbor's dad, my best friend in Maine's husband. Yeah. Okay, View. That's easy. Then I won't forget your name. Look at this. Thank you, Zippy. And then this is going to sound horrible. And then I lost my chopper dog, and somehow that was the thing. Like everything else I have handled with like, this is how life goes. People die. Chopper died. I was like inconsolable. Like, and it's not saying that I didn't love the other people. It's just, it's a different thing when he's my buddy, and yeah, right. Chopper is not, obviously I rescue dogs of more than just Chopper, but Chopper was my old man. He was 13. So not going to cry. You can't make me cry, Zippy. It's not allowed. Anyway, look at the moths. I know not moths aren't everybody's thing, but the ferns and I don't know. I love it. So I do have this coming weekend, my first horse show. So the other thing I've been doing is riding. I don't know that I would have ever thought to put these peaches and these greens together, but I really like it. And I saw it. I did not buy the entire suite because it's also beautiful, but okay. I'm not making it go back into that baggie. I can't tell you what. There they are. I don't know where the Moonlit Flora. So it's Berry Burst, Golden Glow. Oh, that's the new color. Old Olive, Peaceful Pine, Pecan Pie, Secret Sea, Soft Sea Foam. I did not see Soft Sea Foam in there. I guess that's probably Soft Sea Foam. But this Golden Glow, there's a Cantaloupe and a Golden Glow, new colors. But I did not buy the inks yet because every time I go on to buy them, the kit where it's all of them for less than it is individually is not available. And I'm a huge, I have to get the deal person. Let's see, gotta find the stuff. Oh, I did buy the Fern and Flora stamp set. And I am hoping something that I have. I realized I have no Mother's Day. Hi, Julia. I have 0 Mother's Day sentiments, at least that I have logged, like so. But this is the ferns. Oh, look, I keep hitting this. My daughter hung this on my camera, so I remember that I need to fix the chain on her Triceratops that I got her. So I guess the Mother's Day I could do thankful for you and you make the world a better place if I don't find any Mother's Day snails. And this was, I'm not 100% sure this one's still available. This was it's $5 with a purchase, $75 purchase. And I needed the little deer and the bunny. And I like $5. It's a good price. Okay. I'm trying not to ruin the big one. Oh, okay. Apparently I bought more of this thing than I thought I did. Maybe I did buy the whole set. So these are the embossing, the dies for the ferns. And I really do like this kind of, because I don't have to use it with that kit. It's cute, and moths, butterflies, leaves. And then the ones like this, those would cut out stuff in the stamp set. So this label, that. So the ones in shadow are cutouts. And then it comes with an embossing folder. How is life, Julia? Things settling down for you? I feel like we've all been experienced the 2026. Well, you're started in 2025 chaos, but you know, it's fine. We're all fine. Nothing to see here, right? And then I would say these are the gems that go with the fern suite, called dewdrops. Dewdrop in. And I slammed it around and some of them shifted, but that's not hurting anything. And this doesn't show, but these are kind of a greeny color. I am so sorry, Julia. Really has been kind of a roller coaster lately. All right. But, you know, we have paper, right? This doesn't fix it. I know. That's like I was just saying before you got here, I've been doing a lot of sewing because sewing quiets my mind in a way. Well, except for the part where I also bought a new sewing machine because, you know, why not? So this paper is going to be impossible for me to show you that it's textured. Like this is raised, all of the little, I'm going to call those Queen's Anne's lace. I can't swear that that's what they are. And these have, the back is just a kind of a textured, I think it's basic beige, but like a tanny color. But these are the kind of things where you just cut them and slap them on a card and you're brilliant. Oh, my even more favorite ones. So if you haven't made cards with this kind of paper, again, these things are raised and textured. You cut it like this and you put these on cards and then you put your sentiment there and done is done. And if you're a scrapbooker, you can put your designs in the middle. How is your daughter, Julia? And I'm going to ask that and then regret it because some bad's happened. It's been 2026 up in here. Again, the little white spots are raised. I love these colors. Oh, did I show the back of that? It's just kind of a blue. It looks watercolory, but also textured. Oh, this one is it's flocked. It's like, maybe it's lilies of the valley, but they're flocked. Okay, yeah, I would have to pet that if I made a card out of it. And then the back of that is some pretty little flowers. So for my friend whose husband passed away, one of the things, I just felt like everybody sends cards. This is also flocked. Like since they, you know, cards, sympathy cards, which I did, and flowers and stuff. So I made a set of thank you cards for her to send to people who'd sent her stuff. And I felt like that was something I could do and I was able to do. And I actually am going to post a video of her husband who passed away. I sent him a card for Father's Day last year, and it was the sweetest reaction to getting a card, like the "why do we make cards" answer. And so I think he would really have appreciated cards being my gift. That's hard. I'm glad she's doing better. So home with you is better than hospital. Although I know as a mom of a special needs child how hard being a caregiver is. So props to you. If you get a chance, read the 36-Hour Day is a book about being a caregiver and taking care of yourself. And don't let anybody tell you that it's easy. And I mean, they can say you got this, but anybody who says it's easy and doesn't offer to help can eat a bug. And this is more of that texture. But this is lovely paper, and I've been putting off, and it is called Velvet Meadow. Imagine that. It is specialty paper. It is, that makes it a little more expensive per thing. But again, this is what I call like lazy card makers paper, because I can cut it up, throw it on the card, and it's beautiful, and I don't have to do a bunch. And sometimes I don't feel like doing a bunch. You know. And look at all this junk on my desk. So I kind of wiped it off. How can you say half-ass? Sorry. All right. So this is the one I've been waiting for. And you guys have probably seen it because it's been out for a few minutes. And it is, I also got some, here, I'll do the cardstock first just to be annoying because I just teased you. Ha ha. I got all the new, I didn't get all the new colors, but the colors I knew I would love of the new colors. These are the 2026 to 2028 in colors. This is Peaceful Pine. Oh, Julia, I'm sorry. Did you make like a corner for you so you can still do some crafting because you need to take care of you? Don't make me come over there. So that's called Peaceful Pine. I got several of that because I figure if nothing else, when they put out Christmas stuff this year, it's going to go with that. Plus other Christmas stuff I have goes with it. Plus this one is called Hydrangea Hue, and it's blue. And blue is my favorite color. Well, purple, blue. Okay, colors. I love colors. The Hydrangea Hue said my name, and so I bought a whole pack of it. And then I bought this. I always buy the pack with all of the new in colors. It is actually more expensive per piece, but then I can get a feel for the colors. And if I don't love one, I'm not stuck with paper that I will not use all of, because some papers, like in the designs, they're pretty. As a stamp, they're pretty. I just don't want them as my card bases. So that's the Peaceful Pine. And Hydrangea Hue. I don't know the colors yet. Golden Glow. Something or another Cantaloupe. And Pretty in Pink or Pale Pink. Which you cannot even tell that it's pink here. So here's next to like a normal color of pink and a white. So you can see it is actually pink. So when Duncan went from staying at Daymar, which is a school he went to from like 16 to 21, to he aged out, but we hadn't gotten his waiver stuff, so he had to come back home. I had to give up my craft area, and my other son had to basically live on the sun porch, so we had to set up like a room in the sun porch and a curtain, and so I understand but I did make sure that I had some place to do my play stuff. So, all right. Now the moment you've all been waiting for, or maybe not, but I freaking love Winnie the Pooh. So, Sweet Old Friends, and I couldn't tell you what the name of the suite is. It may be Sweet Old Friends, or I'm gonna peek at the catalog where you can't see it. Hi, Jill. I don't know if I never know if stuff's in the catalog or if it's in the online exclusives. I'm really bad about keeping track of where stuff is. It looks like it might be an online exclusive, which is probably true because this one isn't available in some countries because they had to get licensing because Disney now owns the rights to Winnie the Pooh. So cute Pooh Bear stuff. Here are the dies to cut out each of those. We have Eeyore and I don't know what that. I guess a stump, a tree stump, honeycomb, honey pot, etc. Adorable. And then this is an embossing folder of the 100-Acre Wood. So, which if you're not a Winnie the Pooh fan, you're like, well, first of all, where have you been? And second of all, it's where he lived. So I will love you until forever, and even after that, you deserve a little treat. The best kind of days are the days spent together. Oh, bother. Sometimes when you go looking for happiness, happiness finds you. It never hurts to keep looking up. Old friends are the best friends. And those are all sayings from the books, Winnie the Pooh isms, as it were. And then we have the stuff to cut out these. This looks like it fits inside there. Again, I have not played with this at all. And so I think this will sell out even if people don't buy the other stuff. And I hope that this is available in the other countries, because I understand not being able to sell the Winnie the Pooh imagery, but it seems like this one should be. So I hope those of you who are not local, which none of you here currently are amongst that group, but I feel bad for my friends in the UK that can't get the Winnie the Pooh stuff. So, but when it retires, we can send it wherever we want. Wink, wink. So anyway, I like the sayings on that, and then the important stuff here. So we obviously have all of the cast of characters. And I do like this old style. And some sky. Or splattery watercolor, depending on how you want to look at it. Background paper. I know technically there's no A side and B side because I like it all, but sometimes there's clearly a favored side. And my fingers aren't working, so it's 2 of each sheet. And this is called Silly Old Bear. And I don't know, I love it. And it just has pink plaid as the background, which I'm also making a Winnie the Pooh quilt for my half-sister's niece, who is not technically related to me, but she's having a baby in August, I believe. So the baby shower soon. So I'm making a quilt with Winnie the Pooh. So these are cute little images. Oh my goodness. And these guys. These might be good on the card sketch that I'm doing today. We might try that out. Uh-oh. Do the die cuts cut that out perfectly? That's going to be exciting. Stay over there. Some 100-acre woods. And look. Pooh Bear climbing the tree. He's a good climber for, you know, no bones. Oh, did I didn't show you the back of this because I reckon once you cut this out, who's using that? It's pretty, but we're going to use all the Winnie the Poohs, right? 100-acre woods and 100-acre woods climbing trees. So like a map. And this I love because this is supposed to be written Eeyore spelled that way. This is written by Christopher Robin. And owl being W-O-L. And obviously somebody wrote Piglet and Rabbit for him. Just some. And that's all of those. And I love them. So I definitely think we can play with that with our new. Where did I put the new sheet load? Under this pile of stuff. Guys, if my brain was attached, that would be fantastic. Oh, I put it up here for safekeeping. So if you don't know anything about Crafty Owl, every month she does a sheet load. I do this most months. And it's guidelines, jumping off points, dimensions for if you do a single, cut out if you do, it'll make 12 cards. This one's a tent fold. I am going to real quick cut paper to make a single. And then I'm not going to stay on super duper long. Oh, I was going to show you this too. This is for a swap. And we were supposed to, it's all about us swap. And so I did like kind of a junk journal-y card with puppy dogs. Because, you know, I'm a dog groomer and love puppy dogs. So that's my silly little, I thought it was fun because it's got layers. Squirrel. All right, so this has dimensions for cutting out the circles and stuff. I am going to cut the cardstock. And I kind of want to use the cardstock I have for the Winnie the Pooh paper. I usually make my first card of something out of cardstock I'm less attached to. Less expensive cardstock, however you want to look at it. That means I get a good card, but if I don't nail the layout, it's not the end of the universe. Not that it's all just paper. And if I pinned around and you saw just how much paper is in this room, you'd say bad words at me probably. So these are a weird size, so I have to figure out my brain. 7 point. All right, I'm not going to read out the things because you need to go to her site. You got to watch the video, her debut video. It's quick, it's easy, and then you can print out your own copy. No problem. She does it every month. They're available for 2 years for free completely. Now I have to remember what the scoring is. Seven and a half. Mathing. I'm usually good at mathing, but today apparently not really. So I just scored both together because that's going to make my life easier. All right. So our card base looks a little silly because it's small. Like that. But it's going to have a little tent topper on it. So this is enough for us to cut out our circle if we need to cut out circles. I'm going to figure out whether or not I can cut out a knot circle of that Winnie the Pooh stuff. There are the stamps. Now, my hope is they have one that's big enough. So, one that cuts out the size of the thing. That's just smaller. You guys passed out yet from boredom? Because, you know, I'm only slightly off kilter. Let's try one of these. So this is the wonky shaped one. So this, that looks right, which means we do have one size bigger. Heck yeah. Celebrate the small stuff, people. Celebrate the small stuff. All right. There's this. And then we'll do the one bigger out of the cardstock. Oh, that is not the scrap cardstock. Where'd you go, scrap cardstock? I think Zippy left. She would normally be telling me where I set stuff because she's usually on it. Oh, poop. Stay put. Okay. In case you guys didn't know, I already know I'm extra. I have electronic die cutting machine because my wrists don't like using the die cutting machine. So I just have to turn around here, and it knew I was coming. It popped open for me. So it takes a plate this big, so I can die cut a crap ton all at once. I mean, I don't necessarily die cut that many at once, but I can. Changing sheets. That seems very domestic and not fun at all. I've been getting stuff ready for a flea market booth because I've been trying to downsize how much crap I have because I cannot possibly keep my house clean with all the bull crap I have. Oof. Come on, Winnie. You can come out of there. Winnie the Pooh. And again, I will probably come back and do these with other colors. I just want to see how they play out. And if it does what I think, we're going to be playing a lot with these Winnie the Pooh dies. Because I don't know how I missed those cut out, those little shapes. Because I was thinking, oh man, I'm going to have to cut all of those. And we have the ones to cut out this shape too. Plus it looks like maybe one bigger or one smaller. You bugger off. Yeah, smaller. So for when you run out of those, you can cut other stuff with them. All right. So I think see, I'm gonna lie. Should I cut this out to do his background? Because that's his color. Girl, are you using, I have old lady sweats too. You're using all cotton sheets? All cotton, or at least cotton and bamboo, because polyester sweat to death and die. Twice. Sorry, the twice. It's something Duncan says. He doesn't just say twice or 2 times. He says twice. So. Oof. Yeah, I've never figured out how the medicine I take gives me dry mouth and night sweats. And I'm like, okay, could we decide whether or not you're drying me out or flooding me? So are any of you guys also people who sew, or am I going to be like completely off my rails if I start doing random sewing when I'm doing my videos? Something about, I think when Grandma passed away, like reminding me of the years that I used to sew and her sewing, and it sort of, I don't know, woke something up in my silly brain. Silly old bear. So this is going to set, it is going to be obviously a completely different shape than the card called for. So it is going to put it down like here in a way that isn't what the card called for, but I don't care. I do what I want. So let's find the sheet. Now here's going to be a problem because I don't want to cut any of these papers into tiny pieces and waste them. I cannot be the only one who's like, no, I love them all. I am going to do this one because I love it, but I'm not going to be as upset by cutting it. So I'll just do the first set. I need to take the plastic off my cutter, but I like that it protects it, but it's starting to get crinkly. I leave it on until it cannot be possibly tolerated anymore. I buy a new one. Well, Julia, it is both difficult and not difficult. I took my daughter to a beginner sewing class, and she actually did really well. 1.7. I was pretty proud of how she did, and it was at a quilting place, so they primarily worked on like quilting math kind of thing, sewing 1/4-inch seams and that kind of thing. So 4 by. Oh my goodness. Check Discord for what? What did I do now? No failing in home ec. I think the fact that my mom and grandma both sewed was part of why I can sew, because I don't think of myself as good at it, but then I watch other people and think, I'm not that bad, which isn't to be insulting to people. It's just that I was, my mom would have been sitting at a sewing machine when I was tiny, so that is not as straight as I would like it to be. I am going to possibly adjust where that goes. So that goes on the card. Oh, you sent me? Okay. I am currently, my phone is under the pile here someplace. So funny thing, I bought one of those rulers, the expensive rulers that you use to line up your card, and then I forget to use it. It's overhanging a tiny bit. All right, so one of the tricks with this, so the way this tent topper card works is if you don't plan accordingly, it will not fit in an envelope. So the top of Winnie here cannot go above the top of this, or he will not fit in a. So I am actually going to, if you see, they have this pretty high up. I'm going to move this pretty far down. So less of it is covered. And this is where I like to use a little faux foam tape. So this thing lays kind of level. So Winnie needs to be like this. You go here, but not above here. So when you hold your card, flip it over, put your fingers where you don't want to put tape or glue, whatever you're using, and go there. Line you back up again. Set you in place. Pretend it's perfectly straight when it is not even kind of perfectly straight. Turn, you jerk. There we go. I kind of like it. Let's see, what kind of sentiment do we have? It never hurts to keep looking up. What do you think? Does that sound right with him reaching? Look, scrap piece of paper. All right, I am going to, I'm going to go with Nocturne because it's right here. And so there's about a million ways they recommend cleaning your stamps before you use them. I usually just stamp it out a couple times. I'm going to be good. And this is, I have all sorts of stamp cleaners, but this is the one I can always find. And it's like a dust mop that I got from the Dollar Tree that I dampen. And then obviously make sure it dries. Foof it. And I generally stamp it someplace I'm not as excited about, like there, to make sure it does stamp well. And then do it again. And since I'm going to make more of these and I have the stamp out, I'm going to stamp a couple. Oh, that one sucked. So obviously one of the risks of using scraps is you got to clean up. If you cut the corners weird, you got to clean it up. But Murphy's Law says there's, oh, that is not straight with the way that, I'm going to straighten it up with the stamp and not the other thing. Sorry guys, I'm reaching for this little piece of the, what color is this? Golden Glow, I believe is the name of this paper. He is just under 1/2 inch. So let's do 3/4. Di, how are you? I am just making dumb stuff. Well, I guess not dumb stuff. I'm making cards. I wanted to play with my Winnie the Pooh paper. Notice I specified not just play with Pooh. Because I know you, and you would say something, and I would laugh, and then we would be rude. Together, at least, though. Again, gonna need some little paper. So in case you're missing what I'm doing here, I'm lifting the edge of the side that I'm pretty sure all of you guys know this, but oh my goodness. Maybe don't try to put tape runner on the tiniest peeps in history so it doesn't get smashed on that side. Oh, for the love of God. Oh, freaking hubby. Yeah, Isaac came home. My son came home last week sick. Like he missed 1 day of school, which he never misses school. Like there are kids who you're like, you're not sick, go to school anyway. Isaac does not do that. But he was sick. And then like this last couple days, I'm like, you freaking jerk. You brought cooties to us all. Dishonor to you and your whole, oh wait, I am his family. I don't know if I have any jimmies that go with this. I think we can pull off that peach color. So I'm a lot better today, but I have a little bit of a sore throat and it has been, and then of course my husband got it and he missed 2 days of work. Oh, for the love of God. You see, I literally just took the protective plastic off this thing and what happens? Stick a freaking sticker to it. This is why I leave the protective cover on stuff. Yuck. Don't like it. Blah. Come on, guys. What other colors can I get away with this? Ooh, just some diamond jimmies. Get on there. I'm on a mission to use up some of these jimmies because I buy, you buy a set of stuff and you get all the different, and then you use it half a dozen of them, and then there's this many more left. And so I think it's kind of cute. So should I keep continuing to use white cardstock for the base, or should I do something different? What other colors are in my paper pack? So this is cheating. Barely Blush, Basic Black, Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, Crumb Cake, Early Espresso, Golden Glow, Hydrangea Hue. I guess I could use the Hydrangea Hue. Mossy Meadow, Old Olive, blah, blah, blah. Very vanilla. Thank you, Di. I mean, I kind of like them all. That's the problem, right? Okay. I'm going to cut another one of these. Put it back, did I? Trying to make sure it's the right one because I don't want to do that guy. For once, my dogs are quiet, but I don't think you can hear it. But the coyotes outside are not quiet. And we're doing these shadies for now. Zippy's still not telling me where I'm putting everything on my desk. Slacker. I was watching a video by a guy I watch quite a bit. Does, what's the best pet? And he does a lot of like stuff that's obviously not a good choice as a pet. And today he did saltwater crocs as not a good pet choice. And he was talking about how people are terrified of stuff in Australia. And then he said that the number one animal that kills people in Australia is horses. And I thought that was interesting. I think in the US it's actually cows. Because people think cows are cutesy and not violent, and cows definitely choose violence given the opportunity. Especially like dairy cows. Not the cows so much as the bulls. Like most farms won't even have a bull. They just do all AI because, and in this case I don't mean artificial intelligence. It's artificial, but a different eye. So there's that. Die, did you hear my fancy die cutting machine? It is money I do not regret spending at this point. Get off. Do not stick to Winnie the Pooh, you stupid tape. It's rude. Taking those dies out because I'm using them. This is fun. I guess I could cut some of these little leaves and stuff to go with Winnie in the long run, but I apologize. I am incapable of a tiny little innocent sweet sneeze. I sneeze and I have no say in when it happens or how it happens. So, my bad. I hope I just did that math right because I do not want to. Nope, I did not. 6, 7. It's fine. It's only paper. Stupid people. What's who being stupid people? Oh, stupid people. Yeah. Well, I think he was doing non-human animals. Because, yeah, humans are always the most deadly. Of course, I don't know. Oh my God. What the hell is wrong with me? Okay, it looked different than it was. And the answer to what is wrong with me is too much to be answered. I don't know that you guys have a lot of mozzie-borne illness, but worldwide, mosquitoes are the #1 killer of humans, which most people think not very much of. So because I did this like one piece at a time instead of, in some sort of semblance of order, I have my stuff shoved all in the wrong places. 3.5 and 1.75. Again, if you want to make these, the numbers are on Crafty Owls. I'm not trying to be a fungus, but she works hard on her stuff. She works hard for the money. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Let's see how it looks with two different colors. Mm-hmm. I think the reason people underestimate the dangers of horses are that it's I don't know about there, but it's ground handling. People get hurt handling horses on the ground. People who should not be handling horses, thinking they can manhandle or, I don't know, push horses around. I don't know how to describe it, but making bad life choices. Because horses are going to do what horses want to do. And, you got to respect that they're big and do what they want. So, and like the other day I was riding my little filly who is coming 5 this year, and she was mostly good. She's kind of like riding a slinky with no wheels, because she is all over the place. Does not know what to do. She not only doesn't know what to do, but then she doesn't want to do what it is she does know how to do. So kind of a little bit of a butt fungus in that way. But we're doing pretty good. Things are going along fine. And the boys, being jealous that I'm riding her and ignoring them, decide to have a race around the paddock across from the arena. And every muscle in her body turned into, like, you could just feel like underneath me was pure energy ready to explode. Not good. And I just literally, I stopped her. She bucked a couple times, and I just sat the whole time they were being idiots and just patted her and told her she was good. I didn't ask her to do anything. I didn't ask her to think, because she couldn't. Her brain said, oh no, my friends are running. The world must be coming to an end, or something, good is happening, and I need to go over there right now. But I am too old to get thrown off of a horse these days. Too old. And because of all the chaos that's happened, my sister has told me I am not allowed to get hurt this year because she does not have the spoons to deal with me. which I mean is saying something because who has the spoons to deal with me in the first place? How is your new journal going, Di? I've missed a bunch of the episodes, and the times that I have snuck in, I have mostly lurked because I'm sewing or doing something else at the same time. Multitasking. Well, I cannot keep looking up on that one because he's looking down. Old friends are the best friends. Is this a you're old thing? Parts and pieces. I might go straight to stamping on this piece this time. As soon as I finish this, I will go get some of my quilt blocks and show you what craziness I have been up to. Oh, that did not go on there straight. One of the things I should be better at doing is setting my stamp down and then putting it on the block. That way it's straight and not bent from messing with it, but details. Yes or no, or do I need to put a piece of white on there, guys? I think it can be both. I mean, if we've been friends for a long time, you're probably old. Put it on, back this on blue, or stamp it on blue. Oh my goodness. I think it wouldn't matter how much desk space I have. I need more desk space. See, I went the opposite direction with you from what you just said. So my longest friend that I still like see on a regular basis is a friend I met in kindergarten. And I wouldn't say we're truly old, but we're not as young as we used to be. So we have that option. I know, Zippy. I am like this. I literally, it's the only in color that I immediately went, yeah, I'm buying that. That and the green. It was not a choice. It was just had to be done because it's like periwinkle almost. And a lot of times when they do the in colors, it's just colors that they're considering like to be in style right now. And some of them they keep, some of them they go away after 2 years, but then when they like do a refresh, sometimes they keep the colors. The blues are always ones I'm saddest to see go, but this one is, I think this one might end up in the new. Yes. 11. I don't even know what that is. Oh, it's 1211 here. I can't see the number 11 without, I don't even remember what it's an SNL skit or something like it. And it's basically Scottish guys stuck on an elevator that wants them to say what floor they're going to. And the elevator can't understand them because of their accent. And they're yelling at the elevator. I like it. So yeah, I think I'll do more of them on the blue. All right. I'm going to go grab those quilt blocks real quick so you guys can laugh at me. So these ones are the ones I've been hand stitching. I have the big quilt that I've been working on is too big for me to drag in here to show you. 2 seconds. Okay, more than 2. Sorry, I lied. All right. So these are called Manx log cabin blocks, and they are all hand stitched on a backing. So because of the way they fold, once they're done, we stitch them together like this on the front and then hand stitch the back so that I would machine stitch the front. But I basically am doing what I guess they call it peekaboo. I think it's like a Where's Waldo. So I'm doing all different stuff in the middle and all scrap fabric and stuff that I find at yard sales or I already have. Fat quarters, scraps from stores, that kind of thing. And I'm doing about 3 of each kind of fabric. So three from this, there's a lion and there's that. And this one, all it has are these. So I did 3 of those. Zebra, elephant. This, I don't even know. This one's a hot mess. I guess those are, I don't know. They're My Little Ponies, but they have wings and they have fins. So mer horses, I don't know. And this, I literally did not have enough of any color to do all the sides. So it is all the scrappy. Frickin' sock monkey and some clearly 1970s fabric. The sock monkey looks like he's about to throw hands. This one is supposed to be a horse, but he's sort of off center. So I actually think I'm going to embroider something in the middle. But also, it's going to be in the middle of a quilt with 90 squares, so too bad. This was one of the very first ones. It was before I went, oh, I'm going to put something cute in the middle of all of them. Again, this is fabric that I got at like Goodwill in a pack of crappy fabric. The sock monkey is pretty awesome. And those are more of the original ones. And most of my whites have something on them, but you can't always see it. Fluttershy from My Little, oh my God, Zippy. Ponies, and that fabric looks blue on camera. It is purple, like a lavendery purple. A horse that's run completely off of its square. Look. I hemmed some curtains for my sister, and this is the bottoms of the curtains where I trimmed them because when she moved into the tiny house, her curtains are different sizes. So he even has like a line across the middle of him. This another sock monkey about to throw hands. Tigger. The wonderful things about Tiggers. Tigger's a wonderful thing. More of the random flower in the middle. And this fabric I got in some remnants. And then I found out who the designer was. And then I went down a rabbit hole. And I love all of her stuff. And I've spilled something on it. It's fine. That's the risk of sitting and doing hand stitching. But Anna Maria Perry, I think is her name, that made the fabric. And llama, 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 llama. And you have to undo it to pee. He's seeping. This one, I am not sure what kind of crack I was on when I made this one. Look how much littler the opening came out. Like you literally do this sitting, like you fold all of these pieces, and I don't know, I just didn't line it up right, or I may have cut my middle square too small, something. Llama. These owls, I intentionally put them like this. Look. Peeking, peeking. And I think when you put this in a quilt, here's the sock monkey with his sock monkey baboon butt. I think, you put this on a quilt and, you're staring at all these individual little details. And then camels, again, remnants. This is another one where I was running out of strips, but I really am trying to use up all of these little strips. Crack blanket. It will probably end up being Lily's, my daughter, so. And then a heffalump. More peaky owls. Giraffes. And candy. So I'm attempting to do at least one block a day. And I sit in front of the TV, or I've done a couple at work. But by June, I should have enough to stitch together and make a big ASS quilt. And the goal will be not to put two of the same side by side. So I'll lay them out on the table or whatever, or the floor, wherever I need space, and try to spread them around. And then I found my phone when I was in the other room, so I can kind of maybe show you. Maybe. Here. This is the big quilt top that I made. And that does not do anything for, like, there's pinks in here. And so it just goes, I basically took all the strips and went from the inside to the out. And I bought navy blue for borders. So when it's all put together, it'll make it, close that in, and the variation will be really cool. At least I think so. And then I've been using scrap fabrics that I got even to make cards. So, some of my Christmas cards for next year will be fabric. And then I was also using some quilt patterns to make ones out of paper. But so this is what I'm doing with the, I'm trying to just go through my scraps, and just like paper, there's something tactile, fabric and paper, and they have very physical effects on calmness, at least to me. I'm sure there are some people does not, but for me. So anyway, here's our Winnie the Pooh. Does he need jimmies too? See, I might be able to pull off the blue jimmies on him. Thank you, Zippy. Yeah, there are so many. Some of the fabrics have been so cool that I'm like, great. Now I know about a person who makes this type of fabric, and I'm going to have to keep an eye on their stuff. And that Anna Maria Perry just literally released a line of fabric called Ink Essentials or something, and it's cone flowers and my brain just went blank. Moths and more of that kind of stuff. So there's our Winnie the Pooh. The sheet load, if you do it, like if you follow the directions and cut a whole sheet of paper, like this part, makes 12 cards. And then obviously you have to have this, which I am going to probably tomorrow. I'll cut all of these apart. And there's 2 sheets of this, and I'm going to use the dies and cut them all out because it's kind of the kind of thing that later when I want to make cards, getting the die cutting and all that crap can be annoying. So I'll cut all of these and probably backgrounds for all of them and put them in an envelope and put them back with the paper. That way I don't lose them. And then when I run out of those, I have the stamps to fill in. So, flour sacks or like feed sacks or both. Because they kind of do both, but in the 30s and 40s, they did feed sacks, which they looked like just regular fabric. And a lot of times you don't find them whole anymore. Okay. But you find napkins and table linens and stuff made out of feed sack fabric. And, they make some really cool stuff. And I've also been going through all of the, the crap you buy for junk journaling, like doilies and all that. And I'm thinking at some point I want to make a quilt that's got doilies. And also my newest junk journal, I am going to make a quilted cover, which I basically have this book cover as going to be my base. So I am going to cover it and quilt it probably. So, or I may pick a different one because this is purple and I love it. So decisions. Maybe I'll turn it inside out like this so that the quilting's on outside and I can keep the purple on the inside because I'm just going to cut the middle out anyway. Yeah, Kitty, this was from Pam. And it is in here because it's the first thing. I'm out of room in my old journal. It's the first thing to go in my new journal. So if I don't put it there, obviously I have my turtle journal, but the kitty can't go in my turtle journal. Say that 10 times fast. Hold on. I'm going to find my turtle journal. Mercy. Cheryl, you should clean your desk off. Where did I put her? Somebody stole my journal. Oh, wait. It's here someplace. Okay. I'll show it to you the next visit because, I put it in plain sight. Stupid me. So I haven't done much to it, but I found some turtles. And this came off of I'm going to call it detergent, but it's like little sheets of detergent. So there's no liquid added to it. So shipping is cheaper and it's better for the environment. It doesn't come in plastic containers. And here's the thing that Shelly sent me for participating in the Altered Chocolate Box. I believe that was a gift from Pam. Let's see, there was some other stuff I added in here. Oh, this was from Cindy. And I put it in because there's a turtle in here someplace. Hold on. There. Peekaboo. So, turtles only go in here. And I did find some turtle fabric, so that's out there too. All right, y'all. I have got to go get ready for bed. I'll be making more of these cards because they're cute. And I also need to make some Mother's Day cards. So, and I don't know, to me, this is kind of a too cutesy. I guess cutesy is good for Mother's Day, but I don't know, something more classy. Maybe I'll use that, the flocked paper. Lord have mercy. Thank you, Jill. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry I've been missing. I've been missing y'all. I just sometimes even online peopling is hard. So I hope everybody's doing well. I hope everybody keeps their heads up. Keep supporting each other. We all need each other. So have a great one, guys. Feel better, Di. Love y'all. I'd say stay out of trouble, but that's no fun. Thank you, Jill. Yeah, well, I would rather us not have been having a bunch of crazy ish going down where I didn't feel like I was creating. I just was not feeling like talking while creating. And I even, the video I did for my 10 on the 25s, you can totally like, I couldn't even stay on track. Like my brain just is in a different mode. So, sometimes being self-aware enough to know, I need a break. And unfortunately, I can't take a break from you like momming, working. So, I'd way rather be like, you guys feed yourselves. But no, gotta adult. All right. Love y'all. Bye.